Hello everyone, Kevin here, and I want to welcome you to this Gobbler's Roost adventure. Now today's video, going to go back to last year, to something I did with my buddy Brian over at Poverty Hill Adventures. It is my first attempt at a spoken word piece. And with Brian's help, his creative input and his editing, we produced a video that is still up on his channel. You can still find it there. And it was one of my favorite things to do. As I said, my first attempt at spoken word. It was, believe it or not, inspired by Brandon Leake, people like Brandon Leake, Amanda Gorman, even going back a little ways, Henry Rollins and Jello Biafra. Yep, Jello Biafra. He's a pretty cool guy. Anyways, what I did is nothing as serious or as deep or as important as those people have done. It is basically a historical piece. It's a story about the mountain men, the story of the mountain men. It is called Shinin' Times, a Mountain Man's Story. And here it is, and I hope you like it.
Wow. What was it like in my time? Well, tarnation, it were shining time. Shining time it were. Yes, a shining time. Oh, shining time by a long chalk. Yes, at 1804, it were Captain Lewis and Captain Clark who had a corpso discovery west on the Missouri, and then the Snake, and then the Columbia. He was sent by President Jefferson. He bought Louisiana from that foo-foo Frenchie, Napoleon. Yeah, the Spanish tried to hornswoggle us out of it, saying it were ours, but they sold it fair and square to the Frenchies, and the Frenchies sold it fair and square to us, so it were ourn. It was. Anyways, he was looking for the Pacific Ocean, and hairy elephants called woolly mammoths. They crossed the Rocky Mountains, took them a year or more before they found the Pacific. It were right there where it were supposed to be. In concern, there tweren't no hairy elephants. They did tangle with the Blackfoot and made the acquaintance of old Grizz. It were more than a year or two before they made it back to St. Louis. Yes, sir. Shining times. Shining times they was. Now, John Coulter, he didn't go back almost home, and he turned right back around. He paddled the Missouri again, and the Shoshone and the Yellowstone, too. He crossed the Snowy Rockies and the Tetons High, and it poured any white man. He trapped the beaver and shot the buffalo. Why, he knew fat cow from poor bull, and a pork eater was not he. He tweaked the tail of the old grizzly bear, and more'n once fed him a galena uphill. He traded with the Absaroka and tangled a time or two with Bugs boys, and when one got too close, well, he tickled that Injun's hump ribs. He feared no man, live or dead, leastways live, and but for Mountain haints and Sasquatch. The Indians whisper on the wind. Windingo. And this old hoss just punched the fire and brave as a buffalo bull in spring, keep the boogers away. He was the first white man into the Yellowstone Valley to see the sights. And see the sights he did. The bubbling mud pots, the stinking Sulphur Springs crystal mountains, and putrefied trees, and Mother Earth pissing up boiling water high up into the winter sky. Yes, this old house seen the sights. Seen the sights he did, more'n a coon'll see in a passel of lifetimes. And when the world did hear tell, well, with a laugh, they called it Coulter's hell. Shining times they was. 1806, and Zebulon Pike went up the Arkansas. He got his self captured by the Spanish. They named a mountain after him. And after liars took their land, old Kentuck got too crowded for Daniel Boone. So he headed west to find himself more elbow room. And queersome Jim Beckworth was born a slave, became a warrior chief, and married a Crow princess. Yes, shining times, yes, sir. Shining times they was. 1823, and Jed Smith got his face ripped off by a grizzly bear. And Jim Climbing, with his darning needle, sewed it right back on. And just a few years later, old Jed went under, killed by the Comanches on the Cimarron. And Hugh Glass, who pirated the Spanish Main and was marooned by Jean Lafitte, became blood brother to a Pawnee chief and married one of his daughters. Married one of his daughters, by gobs. Well, he almost got himself et by old Ephraim one day. But by gobs, Hugh lived to tell about it, and so did young Jim Bridger. And hiding behind their dead mules, Joe Meek and Kit Carson sent 42 Comanches to the happy hunting ground in the sky. And Liver-Even Johnson always ate crow. Anyway, you should lay your sights. They's got a tough bark. Shining times, yes, sir. Shining times they was. Rendezvous was a shining time. Yes, a high shining time. From Popo Aggie to Pierre's Hole, I'm a free trapper, by gobs, and I'll trade my plumes to the highest bidder, by gobs. This old horse built up a mighty dry parch during the trapping season, and for want of John Ballycorn, it's a jack of whiskey for this child. Tain't no panther pistol do. And rendezvous fellers thinks towards good whiskey and plump women. Of course, there was always more drinking and wrestling, and trading and swapping lies, and more drinking going on at rendezvous. And if you seen 'em coming, sky pilots preaching repent. Sours my milk. Never and Nancy's yammering repent. Mix a feller wanna take a horn. Yes, sir, it were some pumpkins. Rendezvous 18 and 32, Pierre's Hole, and Broken Hand became white hair after a dance with a grizzly bear. We tussled with the Blackfoot, and old Gabe, he had his scalp lacked on tight. He took 2 arrows in the back. One of them came out. The other one, he lived for 3 years. Finally got it out at the Horse Creek Rendezvous in 1835. Yes, yes. Shining times for sure. This is all I haven't had seen some days. We're burning buffalo wood during cold doings while your belly be rubbing your backbone. I says hair stamp powder and no way to dry it. Twirling all mother's milk and foofera. I'm a free trapper, by gobs, and that's my life. And until this old coon goes under and I leave my hair on another man's lodgepole, or my bones to bleach upon the muzzle shelf, I'll be damned, Bugs boys, and old Ephraim too. Cross my path, and I'll wade into your liver up to the Green River. I'll ride my hoss, seal fat and sleek, across the muscle shelf and along the high line of the Rockies, a backbone of America. A-searching for that hidden valley where the beaver are as thick as the stars in the sky. Yes, sir, stars in the sky. And silk is shooting, I'll be on my own hook, on the tramp, Just me and old Jay Hawkins, shooting buffalo and trapping the beaver for the rest of my natural born days. Shining times. Shining times for sure. And if you don't believe me, you can just slide.
Well, there you have it, folks. I hope you liked it. Certainly not of the caliber you would expect from the likes of Brandon Lee, Commander Garmin, Henry Rollins, or Jello Biafra. I'm just a simple mountain man. But for this project, I want to say thank you, especially thank you to my buddy Brian over at Poverty Hill Adventures. Without your creative help and input on this project, it wouldn't have turned out the way it did. So, thank you, Brian. And for that, I want to thank everyone for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this Gobbler's Roost adventure. If you did, please subscribe. Please hit the like button.